the heck did you do that for? Alright, Jake-offs. We're here for another episode that is a how-to. How to tie flathead leaders the way I do. Because I do it completely different than anyone else, period, probably. Even do it a little bit different than Trevor. Because Trevor's way sucks. We're going to do a three-way rig, but with a bobber. And the bobber I'm going to use is actually going to be a demon drag instead of a typical balsa bobber or a Billy Bob foam bobber thing that Trevor uses that you guys have probably seen in our videos before. I've started using these about a year ago, a little over a year ago. They seem to work just as good as a regular bobber, and it's a little more simple. So the first thing I do when I start tying mine is I start with a leader. We've been using 150-pound Grander Mondo leader. Pretty good stuff that Trevor found. The wire's size is fairly small, which is nice for 150 pound, especially the way I tie my hooks, because they require me to go through the hook eyelet twice. Anyway, this is actually Trevor's leader, so we don't care about it. And this is actually Trevor's leader, so we don't care about it. 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 There's the chunk that I started with. I tie a Snell because it's an offset Octopus J. It's a Gamakatsu Octopus J hook. I literally use this 10-aught Octopus J hook on 99.9% of everything. Every once in a while I have small enough bait where I go down to an 8-aught. Every once in a while I have a big enough bait to go to a 12-aught big river. Very rarely. This is 99% of my rigs. But anyway, I just push the line through there a little bit and then wrap it around the eyelet about 6 or 7 times. And you put that line right back through the same eyelet it just came through. And it just barely fits through with this line. And about any other brand of 150-pound mono you get, it won't fit through twice. And then you gotta do Trevor's crappy Snell.
The correct
So anyway, this is what it looks like. This is your leader. It's a little longer than I'm probably gonna end up using it, but then I slide the Demon Dragon on, and with 3 ways, I like to put them down about halfway or so, maybe 6 inches away from the hook. You gotta make sure you go through opposite direction so that it stays in place. And there's your float for the 3-way float rig. And I got a Tri-Swivel. I don't know what size these are. Trevor might remember, but I believe they're like 3-aught or 4-aught Tri-Swivels.
Something like that.
Somewhere around there. Pretty big. I've actually broken one before, so don't ever believe something's too big. And I tie a, whatever this knot's called, where you loop it all back through.
Alomar.
Alomar, that's what it's called. Trevor remembers, he doesn't even do them. Alright, and I want it about that long. So that's where I tie the tag in with the pliers that I left out here somewhere. Trevor moved on me. Oh, they're holding up the camera, that's nice. Whew. Oh, I snuck him out without moving the camera. Pliers. So yeah, I like to get the leader about as long as I want it, and then pull on the tag end to tighten up that end so that I get the perfect length leader. Palomar doesn't cinch amazingly with 150-pound mono. You gotta use some brute force. Palomar on one end. Then We go to the weight leader, which is what I use is just 40-pound junk line. I think this is a bunch of 40-pound leftover that I had from saltwater fishing that we do once a year. Then instead of tying the weight directly to the line, I started using these little snap swivels so I can quick change bait sizes based on, or weight sizes based on my bait size. And I use Palomar on that because I Palomar everything. Palomar the world.
That's the only knot he knows.
No one said you could talk. Palomar on a snap swivel. These are also very large. I think they're like 4-aught or something, somewhere around there. You can make smaller ones work. I just bought bigger ones because it's cooler. The idea is so that your weight line breaks before your main line does. If you get stuck, sometimes fish will break it. That's how strong flatheads are. And I like this line about 4 feet tall. Somewhere between 3 to 4 feet tall. That's about right. So I'm going to tie this very close to the Tri-Swivel with another Palomar knot. Palomar the world. There you go. Tighten that side with a wrench just to be safe. And that's how crappy that line is. Just broke with a pair of pliers. I'm not really worried about that one. So, now you can see, this guy comes out here. Weight leader stays there. Weight stays down. This guy floats up and floats your weight line up. It stops when the sinker tightens it. Your fish swims around in circles, up out of the rocks. Then all that's left is tie on the main line. Also another Palomar, Palomar the world. Tighten that guy. By the way, my main line is 150-pound Cast King braid. This is our little mini rod derby that you'll see a video of before you see this. And so it's going on a little whisker seeker in my Shimano 8000. But yeah, that's how simple it is. Snap the lead on. I'm going to be using an 8-ounce lead. I could probably use 6 because these bluegills aren't that big. But I usually use anything from 6 to 10. You're good to go. Now let's go put it in the water. You guys can kind of see what it does with bait on it. Some in-water action. I don't know if you can really see it, but the lead's obviously straight down, hanging. Tri-Swivel's right there above the water. Float's floating on the surface. Bluegill's swimming. The idea is that the bluegill is constantly struggling to swim down. So he could probably swim to rocks still with this setup, but he'll always get pulled back up because fish are naturally buoyant. So every time he struggles, he swims down, and that little bobber pops him right back up. And of course, I suspend usually at least one pole every trip directly under the boat, depending on how we're fishing. And I do a typical Carolina rig for that, except for I like to put a Demon Dragon on the Carolina rig too, even though it's suspended straight under. I still use a Tri-Swivel just so I can easily unclip this little weight and tie a new weight line on. Use it as a 3-way again. But yeah, I put the Demon Dragon really close to the swivel on these so that the fish doesn't really float back up. I don't want the fish to float back up when I'm swimming straight down since it's already suspended off the bottom. If you guys found that useful, like the video down here, subscribe to my channel down here, comment any other types of videos you want to see. If you guys want to learn how we flathead fish, just let us know and we'll show you. We ain't got no secrets. We're not even any good at fishing, so you probably shouldn't even be copying us. But yeah, here's Trevor's Tri-Swivel setup. This is the way I used to fish forever. And then I got the Demon Dragons, and I kind of felt like you could use the Demon Dragon the same way without having the bobber that slides all the way up. Both ways work. Thanks for watching my video. See you guys later. Alright guys. This is why my 3-way rig is so much better. Mine doesn't ever do that, because mine can't slip up that high to do that. Mine will tingle bad for a foot, but it will never tingle bad for 5 feet. And you just missed the first fish of the day, and it looked like a pretty damn good one. Rod was keeled over like crazy.
Didn't take long.
It was at least a 65. Why do I fish with him? We're here under pressure in tournament times, and he can't even catch a fish. I don't know how he's gonna fish bass tournaments. I can fish bass tournaments, Trevor. You can't handle the pressure. You're choking.